comes from, so I'm not, you know. Yeah.
I can promise you this is not going to affect you.
Hmm.
I could give you my word this won't affect you.
Mm.
I know you, I know you think like end all be all. But if you're being truthful with your actual, I guess, affiliation, this should not affect you.
Mm. Yeah.
And the really, I don't want to do this.
Mm.
I really don't want to do this. And I'm gonna talk with Richard. And I'm gonna talk with Matt. Make sure that there isn't some, I don't want to call it immunity, but some other underlie with it.
Mm.
Because if I could just get the vow renewals, it would be nice. But the problem is that if Matt or Richard ever spoke up after our conversation we had on the balcony,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes out that I knew, it's not even a problem right now. But if it ever did come up, the thing is, I don't ever want it to come up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go around spewing it and saying it, and I'm not gonna give Max what he wants. But let me at least talk to Richard and Matt. And all I ask is that you don't mention anything for now until I am able to talk with them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine.
I promise
Uh,
you, I will hand to whoever. I promise you
mhm.
this will not affect you.
Okay.
If he is clean, he'll be fine. The thing is that Zeke needs to realize that it Flop knows what happens to people who lie.
I don't know if I have much else to say about it. Honestly, I understand, and I'm just sort of taking that in. So that's kind of why I'm quiet.
No, you're fine. I'm just bear with me. It's a rough situation for Flop. As a character, it's a rough situation. Damn. Honestly, after that check, I don't want you giving me anything. Let me pay
How
for
much
the renewal.
is it? It's a good check, huh?
It was 63,000.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's okay. Apparently, Toe's getting $750 a car right now. I'm still in a shitty field.
I may sacrifice my mechanic work to go do tow. Fucking A.
We can go to City Hall. We'll see if there's anyone there. Acker said that there were no judges in the yellow page, but
Hmm.
well, maybe the richest in PD as far as I'm aware. He also bought a house too, funny enough. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that all Flop knows is that Ziggy has affiliation, and if God forbid he's ever asked about it, or if something comes up, or someone in the ADMC gets loose lip about something, they're going to go to Flop about it and ask him about Ziggy's affiliation. And if Flop's ever caught in a lie, they will just terminate him on the spot. They won't even question it. Command will not even take that lightly, unfortunately. So, do they require pants at City Hall?
I would imagine they would.
But you're gonna tell them it's fine?
I mean, I'm just a lawyer. I can't tell them, you know, it's their rules.
You have a gun.
No, I don't.
Get a gun.
I don't have money for that.
How much is the fucking license?
The license is like $30,000 or like 20,000. I don't know. It's one of those. And then the gun itself is like, I don't know, like 15K or some shit. It might be cheaper now. I don't know.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
How often do I have to pay taxes?
It's like every month, I think.
Hmm.
So you should be okay. You can go check though.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Give me a second. The spice, man. Flop's not lying when he says he doesn't know anything else about Ziggy's affiliation, which is good. But because they're not legitimately recognized as a married couple in Los Santos, Flop unfortunately does have some information. Ziggy sounds so sad. The thing though is Flop's not lying either though. He told Ziggy that if you have nothing to hide, this shouldn't bother you. You had to have known going into this what you were getting into. And it makes a very difficult situation for Flop because Flop will be the one that gets questioned about it. Which is really unfortunate, but yeah. The thing though is, again, Flop has been very vocal. He doesn't want to do this. Flop is upset about doing this. He's bothered about doing this, but at the same time, he is between a rock and a hard place. If Ziggy's name is on so the thing that Flop can't tell him is that the PD dossier gang list, Flop's gonna add his name to the PD dossier gang list. That's it. That's the extent of it. But the problem is that because Flop's aware of it, adding his name to the list is nothing. And the difference is that Ziggy's job may be in question, but he would never get fired for it.
Yeah, and then this way. Hello. Just
Hello.
gonna check her bills. I was gonna show her.
All good.
Up here.
I don't think it's fair to say that Flop is choosing his job over his health. The problem is that Ziggy knew. I don't agree with that because Ziggy knew joining a gang and being affiliated while his husband is an LEO was going to affect something at some point. And the reality is that Flop's not going to quit his job because Ziggy decided to join a gang, right? Flop understands and respects that and understands that Ziggy's going to do his thing. But it's also unfair for Flop to say, nah, you know what? Because you joined a gang, I'm just going to quit my job now because, you know, I wouldn't want to affect your criminal activity or what you're getting involved in. Would that out him as well as you? There's nothing to out for Ziggy or for Flop though. Flop actually has no involvement.
I'm reading up on stuff.
All good. I'm gonna step outside, have a cigarette. Yeah, no, it does not. I can bet Ziggy regrets being honest with Flop. The issue is that if Flop were to have the conversation with Richard or Matt, almost guaranteed Flop and Richard and Matt are not going to say hide it, right? But the reason why Flop is eager for the vow renewals is because he doesn't ever want to be put in that situation, be questioned about it. If at this point Flop is forced to do this, absolutely. I mean, he really doesn't have a choice. The options that Flop has is add Ziggy's name to a gang list or get fired or leave. It's not like he's the only officer dating a gang member. Well, that's what the fuck. That's the thing. Depending on citizens' rights, you should be immune to questions on a spouse. Yes, but Flop and Ziggy are not officially married. Being honest is important, though. Ziggy already kept stuff from the family, and did it end well? No. Stuff will always, Oh my god, is that Ash? Ash? Hey!
Flop, where are your parents?
I don't know. It was a nice
Are
day.
you okay?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Have you ever, like, looked at your legs and looked how hairy they are?
Yeah, sometimes.
Because they're, like, actually really hairy.
I keep them toned. My knees are a little fucked up, but I keep them toned.
Put a cushion or something under them.
What's up?
Put a cushion or something under them.
I might. I mean, they look like little faces. They're weird.
Oh.
What you been
What are
up
you
to?
doing?
I don't know. I'm just off duty hanging out with Ziggy.
Where's Ziggy?
He's inside right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why are you not inside?
Because I came out to... I was going to have a cigarette, but then I saw you. I was coming over to check on the car, and the car just got hit by a bus, so that was nice.
You smoke?
Sometimes.
Why?
Only under stressful situations.
Why are you stressed?
I'm always stressed.
Well, you're not the fucking Hulk, Flop. Why are you stressed?
What do you mean? I'm just...
Wanna know my secret? I'm always angry.
No, I'm not saying I'm always angry, Ash. I'm just saying that...
No, you're saying I'm always stressed.
I'm not... Well, I am kind of always stressed. I work for a fucking police department.
Oh, wait, let me see. This might be important. What's up, Kip?
We go fight Ziggy.
No.
Mantis, the thing is that it's really, like, whether that be the case or not, that's those officers' choice.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you happy being a cop?
Am I happy being a cop?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes. How come?
My husband's applying and I don't know, I just keep hearing a lot of things. I'm just worried about him.
What's your husband's name, if you don't mind me asking?
His name is Rain Sinafo.
Do you know what shift he's applying for?
I think he said 1 or 2.
Okay. I'll be honest. There are speed bumps, especially when you're in a relationship, and your other half is in the police department. There is a weird line that has to be followed sometimes. The actual police department is, I would say, it's a good occupation. It's a nice job to have. But it definitely does come with its stipulations.
Okay.
Hey. But yeah.
I was just wondering because I just hear about a lot of... Excuse me, I just woke up.
No, you're good.
I just keep hearing a lot of people that, you know, are dating or married in the police department. And it always seems like things get really strained.
Hey,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
I was asking him if he was happy in the police department.
Oh.
It definitely has its days. I mean, a lot of it is hard because sometimes it's politics, sometimes it is a high school locker room, but then there's also this line that does have to be followed sometimes, and it can be stressful.
You think it's worth it?
I think if it's what your husband really wants to do, and if you love him and you want to support him, as long as you understand that like that line has to be followed, my recommendation would be, honestly, are you officially married according to the judges?
Not yet.
If he gets accepted, I would immediately apply for your marriage license.
Okay.
This way, nothing ever has to get brought up, and he doesn't have to talk about anything. And God forbid you ever got involved with something, he wouldn't have to be forced to testify on the stand.
Good idea. It does say in the thingy, like, it's like 21 days after you get it.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
After you get your marriage license, it says after 21 days, then that goes into effect.
Of the day of getting
You
married?
get your marriage. That's what it says in there. You don't get the privilege until after 21 days.
Oh, okay.
I might just get married to him now, just so I don't have to worry about that.
What was your husband's name again?
His name is Rain Sinafo.
I don't know if I've met him.
Probably not. People call him Fake Pilbus.
Oh.
You might have seen the milk cartons like posted on Twitter a lot, but now he's back to the city, so now people stop doing that. Also, because I said I would stab them if they did that again.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. I would definitely have a long talk with your husband though, and just kind of weigh out the options. I would say that it's a good place to be. There are a lot of days though where the job is stressful.
Yeah, I talked to him. I said I was going to support him no matter what. I just want to get an idea of what to expect so I know how to help him.
I gotcha. The best help I think you'll give your husband, if I'm being honest, is as early as possible, apply for that marriage license. Speak to a judge.
Okay.
That's my honest opinion, because it will avoid a lot of the fluff and we'll call it some of the what some may call bullshit that comes with the two sides, you know.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
Also,
What was your
you'd
name?
look better in Crocs.
I think the slides look nice, and I think my husband agrees
No,
that socks and slides are
terrible.
comfortable. What?
They're horrible.
Crocs.
Why do you hate the socks and slides? You always like the socks and slides.
You're a shoebie.
What's a shoebie? What does that even mean?
Are you a 90s kid?
Yes.
Rocket Power? Shoebies? They wear socks and slides?
Oh, no,
He's-
no.
No, he doesn't know.
Doesn't know. Okay. Shoebie. Wear Crocs.
Ziggy, let's go get Crocs.
Yeah.
I'm not
Sport
putting on
mode.
Crocs.
What? Oh, God damn it. What was your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, Theodora.
Good to meet you, Theodora.
Good to meet you too.
Oh, by the way,
Hi, Ziggy. Okay.
Ziggy, a bus hit our car.
Great.
Is that actually what the marriage thing says? 21 days after?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I reread it all.
What did it kind of say?
I mean, it says what we know, and aside, plus the 21 days thing, and that's it. I think there's only 5 officially married couples, at least recognized within the MDT, so.
Well, I plan to be number 6. I'm sorry.
For what?
I feel like I came off harsh.
You're fine. Oh, Ed is calling me.
Yeah, she texted me. We can go meet up with her. Honestly, I have no problem talking with her about this, but
Hi, Ed up.
I'd rather not tell too many people.
Yeah, I'm in the car with him. Are you up at the house? All right, I am on the way then. I'm like, okay, we'll head up there then.
Can I ask an honest question? And I know
Sure.
it's a loaded one, but also slow down. Not here. Where that tow truck's going right now? You're good. You're in the clear. That's my radar run spot. That little cubby there on the left.
Yeah.
Oh, I fuck everyone there.
Yeah. It's a good spot.
Yeah, Declan called me a paper pusher, and in the last 2 days, I've written 25 citations. Want to be a paper pusher? I'll be a paper pusher. So the sort of loaded question, but are you? I don't even want to ask it because it's kind of a cliche question. I don't know a better way to ask it though. Are you necessarily mad at me?
No.
Would you have any reason to be mad at me?
No.
You promise?
I understand where you're coming from, and I get it. I don't agree with it, and there's things that I feel that could spur from it that I don't think that you can necessarily see, but I don't know how to convey that to you, and also you made points that I can't argue with, so I get it. So it's fine.
Yeah, but it's fine is never fine. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm just trying to gauge it.
No, I'm not mad.
I promise you I won't do anything until I have the talk.
I know.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but Jesus Christ, take away their CDL. Holy fuck.
True.
What was going on with Etta?
No, she just called and was, said, hey, have you talked to Flop? He sent me some texts and he seems worried. I was like, oh, I'm in the car with him. So it was probably from whenever you were trying to get a hold of her.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
And honestly,
yeah.
I didn't realize she lost access to stuff or was losing access to.
Yeah, she had told me that she had got like some shit, I don't know, changed around on her end that Max may have done, but she doesn't actually know. So I don't know. It's a whole thing. Okay, well, we could talk to her about it. I'm gonna drop you off, then I'm gonna get gas, and then I'll be right back there.
Every time he says it's fine, PTSD hits me. Yeah. Huge long flop stream. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck I'm still awake. Keep doing these 10-hour things, but they keep getting good.
I will be right back.
Oh, good. I'll go talk to Etta.
Can you put some fucking paints on before you do that?
No.
Okay. I'll be back at the car needs gas, like, desperately.
All right, honey.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Where are your pants?
Missing.
Okay. Well, hold on.
I am already in a. Oh man, this is already. This could only go better.
Yeah. I'm dying. You know, we're really gonna have to fix the wall right here on the edge because I jump over it. I don't even know how many times a week.
What's
All
that?
right,
Sorry.
so you're not alone. No pants Friday.
Yeah, Ziggy's gonna have to fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
I just had a really hard talk with Ziggy.
What happened?
You were on the balcony during the conversation with Matt and Richard.
Oh, where he, okay.
The whole affiliation thing.
Right, okay.
I'm in a rough spot because I'm probably gonna have to mention something to the PD.
I mean, are they being investigated?
No, but you know that they're gonna come talk to me. And you know that they're gonna ask me, and if it ever does come out that his name comes up, they will just fire me.
I mean, okay.
I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna voice this as loud as humanly possible. This
Right.
conversation cannot go anywhere.
Of course, honey. What happens at home stays at home. It's a rule that Sean and I have too. So, which is, you know, what we all agreed on while we were having that family meeting. You know, that's why we can be honest with one another. I understand where you're coming from. However, I mean, you don't have to volunteer the information. But if it comes up and they ask you, then yes, you would have to disclose it. Because then you could possibly be, you know, impeding an investigation or obstruction, right?
But is me not giving up now not impeding an investigation?
I mean, are they being investigated?
I don't know. I have recused myself from any case.
But see, I mean, that's the thing. It like if they don't come and ask you, then you're not impeding shit.
Well,
You volunteering the information, I mean,
that's where the other problem comes in.
did Kian go around announcing that he was dating the fucking president of or VP of the fucking Lost? Did he volunteer
take
that
your pants off.
information?
I'm.
Yep, no pants Friday.
Take your pants off.
I don't know if I have an outfit that doesn't have pants.
Well,
Well, luckily we got the clothing store right on the street.
Take your fucking pants off.
Do you see what I'm saying though? Like Kian, he didn't. If people asked him, then yeah, he said, you know, I mean, he's like, yeah, I'm dating O, but and she was part of the Lost.
Mhm.
But I mean, did he go around volunteering the information? Nah, because it wasn't necessary. It didn't matter. I mean, cops have been dating criminals
There's something
forever.
There's something that you're missing though.
Okay, what happened?
Max is currently going around telling everyone that I'm ADMC.
He's going around saying everybody's the ADMC, and
No
next
shit.
it'll be me.
But you know what that's gonna mean because of Barrick, and you know that there's gonna be a fucking. I'm telling you, and I wish I could be sarcastic about this or draw this out. There's going to be a conversation that comes from this.
Wait, why did you say because of Barrick? What happened?
Oh, you know Max is gonna go to Barrick and mention something. There's no doubt in my mind that that's not gonna happen. The man's all about compliance. If Max says something, he's gonna try and resolve the issue by pleasing Max.
Jesus, you're not fucking wrong. He rolls over and shows his belly so fucking quick, it's not even funny.
That's why I'm concerned. Because last time Max was doubted by a police officer, he tried to get them arrested for treason.
Yeah, trust me.
There's a reason I'm in such a rock and a hard place with this. I don't want to be caught in a lie, and I don't want to be caught feeling like someone's going to assume I'm hindering. Because then they will let me go. The last two cops that lied were terminated, no questions asked, for even having a discrepancy in their story.
Well, nobody's saying that you have to lie, baby.
I'm not saying I have to lie, but he has concern, unfortunately, that I told him that I may have to speak up about it if this gets too bad.
right now, he is accusing you of being ADMC.
Mhm.
And you can say without a doubt that you are not ADMC because that is the truth.
I mean, it's not the truth. But where did they get
Now,
where did they get that assumption though? Let's break that down further. Where did that assumption come from?
and why is he targeting you?
Because it's Max.
But why you?
I've never done anything to have that man doubt me. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm as confused as you are, but not for nothing. Between you and I also went around and started yelling at the meeting with him there, vote for Max. I tweeted vote for Max, and then I went and I voted for Solomon.
Why do I get the feeling that you're being targeted because of me?
I don't think so. I think some of it has to do with Solomon's campaign, if I'm being honest.
No, but that's the thing. Is like, why would he go after you?
I don't know.
You're my brother. He hates me. He openly told me yesterday if he wanted my opinion on the state account, he would ask for it. He doesn't like it. I don't like you, were his exact words. And he yelled it for everybody around me to hear.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So I think that you are now collateral damage in this war between me and Max, which at this point, I don't even know if it's even worth it anymore to fight.
Well, we're making the assumption that that's the point. But my problem is that if his goal is to try and find a way to catch me in something or to try and assume the worst out of me, he's doing a damn good job because he's got me in a rock and a hard place with this whole thing.
Okay.
You can go fuck
Perfect.
yourself.
What?
Nice Crocs.
I said,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I said I wanted Crocs, and you said you're not getting Crocs. And you
Yeah.
immediately go and get fucking Crocs?
Yeah, I
Wow.
thought it was kind of funny.
Purple ones too, nice.
Yeah.
I approve.
I figured I'd keep it on brand.
You are so stupid.
I hate you.
I'll figure out
Okay,
where. There we go.
so yeah, I know yesterday there was a mayoral debate, although I say that and it was literally just Max, Michael, and Little Tugs.
That's not a debate.
And yeah, I know. Solomon was stuck in a trial. So he couldn't, he couldn't participate, but Max saw me talking to Solomon and Little Tugs after.
Hmm.
And then when I was talking to Michael and Andy and Jenny, he inserted himself into the conversation, asked me who I was voting for. I brought up the state account and my concerns about all the money that is hemorrhaging from it currently. And he said, uh-huh. And then as he walked off, he said, if I want your opinion on the state account, I'll ask for it. I don't like you.
Yeah, and we thought hiring a terrorist was a good idea.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it's not
So-
even we. The fucking this whole goddamn island had a unanimous on that. That's crazy.
It is like I'm not even gonna lie. The frustration of being unable to do my job because he refuses to speak to me and because he refuses to treat me with even the most basic levels of civility. I mean, he's just openly hostile and belittling and degrading in front of anybody now. And I broke down in tears yesterday. That's why Sean and I went to bed early, because I just didn't want to be around anymore. He makes it difficult for me to even want to leave the house. And I feel like you know, between him calling me a bitch and then him openly saying that he doesn't want to hear my opinion, that he doesn't like me, he doesn't care what I have to say. I mean, he's literally just
He's a power trip.
he's basically telling everybody that I'm useless. And you know, I've been dealing with this for almost the entire 3 months, and when you hear it over and over and over again, you kind of start to believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be clear. I'm not noting anything. But I did just get over with Ziggy kind of how I unironically feel the same way, where I'm at. And I'm gonna say something, and I mean it. That is unfair to you.
And it's unfair to you because I honestly think that he's targeting you because of me, and I'm sorry.
That's an assumption, though. I accept your apology, but I do not want you to assume that that is your fault.
It isn't. Period.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it is. And I don't want you to go under the pretense that that's the case. And I don't want you to... I honestly, my name could even stay out of it. But this is the reality. Because your voice and your opinion matters. There is a point of dealing where... I'm not even gonna say dealing. Dealing's not the right word. There's a point of toleration where everybody has their own level of toleration, right? How much are you willing to tolerate? How much are you willing to put up with before it crosses a line?
Yeah, I think that was a conversation that Sean and I had last night, actually, because as much as I want to be strong and push through it and fight out of spite, if anything, there's another part of me that is just, if he gets reelected, I don't know if I can go through another 3 months of hearing him tell me that I'm worthless to my face.
You want me to...
And refuse to work with me.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, always.
I'm gonna be very blunt with you, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. If he gets reelected, step down, quit and leave. Let him have his reins. Let him have whatever he wants from it. Let him have the last laugh. The reality of the situation, and the way that I see it, and I know Ziggy feels this way too. You let me find the words. I want to make sure I'm saying this right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need him. He needs you. And the reality is that he wants compliance. And I know we've talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is that he's going to get someone put in, who is going to be compliant with what he wants.
I know.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but if that happens, it's only going to hurt his campaign. And you know what the reality is? Let him sink with the ship. And I unironically used this analogy the other day, but I'm gonna say it to you too. If you see a ship headed toward an iceberg, don't wait for it to hit. Just fucking jump off. It's not worth it. This man is not worth your time. It is not worth your value. Let that motherfucker rot. You have so much value and do so much for this city that does not involve that man. And I think there's a lot of places that would absolutely deserve and be more than open to have you in whatever position you were put in. That motherfucker, in my opinion, is not deserving of your time.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
Ziggy?
pretty much what Sean said.
Yeah, I get it. Pop me kettle, right? Sit the fuck down.
Yeah. 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 Okay, as long as we're on the same page then.
I apologize to Sean too, because I think that he's catching a lot of, well, I feel like he's collateral damage too between this. Max and Siobhan, you know, like being in control over PD and him loving me, you know. Not only that, but then, you know, there's Barrick too, who very clearly still holds a grudge.
I'll be honest, that man's got bigger fish to fry, and all the bigger fish want to fucking kill him too.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing is that, I mean, look at Sean, like how hard he has worked since day one. You know, he was part of the skeleton crew just like you, and he keeps getting overlooked time and time again. People that he helped hire on, that he helped train, are being promoted past him. Why?
I could probably answer that. And it's a conversation that I've had with other people too. At the rank of senior, there's a lot of responsibility on what is expected of a senior. And I'm of the mind of there's two kinds of officers. There's patrol officers and there are paperwork officers. There's people that sit down, have the hard meetings, have the debates, get the points across, do what they can to try and essentially find a solution and then propose it to the rest of command in order to continue to progress the PD. There are then also the patrol cops, people who are more known to know their shit in the field, have their shit together, go from there. The problem with the PD right now is that they want you to be perfect at everything. You are not allowed to have a weakness. You have to be a star. And it's exactly why I'm in the predicament I'm in now at the PD, is because I spend more of my time in meetings and doing paperwork. Yeah, unfortunately, the backstage crew doesn't get, you know, the applause that everyone on stage does. But without backstage crew, the show don't go on. And I've tried having this conversation with a lot of people, and I've used this analogy with everybody. And the way that I see the value in the PD is that they want someone who is just a star through and through. And I think the reason why Maple might be getting overlooked, and I want to be incredibly clear, this is my opinion, this is not fact, and I have no knowledge of it. They don't tell me shit right now. I think they more or less are looking for me to move on. But Maple holds value where he's at. He kind of oversees all the FTOing in Shift 2.
Yeah, I mean, they just made him the PNC coordinator for Shift 2, and yet still not a senior.
That's the thing, though, is that the reason I don't think that they want to make him a senior, and at least what it sounds like, is it sounds like they gave him that role, and if they gave him senior on top of that, that's a lot of delegation. That's a lot of fucking people. That's a lot
They
of...
made Aziz a senior, and he refused to push a hot gun charge on Mr. K when the gun led to the shooting of a council member.
I don't disagree.
And then he pled dumb.
All right.
Well, somebody didn't like the weed they were given.
Well,
Yeah. Sucks for them.
I don't know. I feel like he's being held back because he's with me.
No. That is not true.
And I mean, he said that it doesn't matter. Even if he is, he doesn't care. Because it's not going to change his love for me. But it's like, I feel like me staying in this position is only going to end up hurting the people around me. And that's really the point that I'm trying to come across with, is that, like, first it was him, now you. I mean, Matt, Max was already aware that Matt and I were, you know, family. But, you know, and I mean, Matt, he doesn't back down from, you know, whatever. And
I could probably tell you.
I just don't want anybody else being fucked with because I refuse to back down.
That's not... I don't want you to assume that your affiliation is why Maple isn't getting promoted. It's the same reason why I was told I'd make a great sergeant. And then I got told that some fresh faces are going to be taking spots. And I applied for assistant chief. And I asked, should I even run for the position? And I was told no. And that some fresher faces are probably going to be the ones taking the spots. Is that a backhand to a lot of us? Sure. Do I really care? No. And I'm going to be honest with you, Maple shouldn't either. He doesn't deserve him in the values where, you know, he should be. And that's okay. Ziggy, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up.
why don't you fucking tell me what to do, okay? You're
Mr. Foot Tapping Asshole, just sit the fuck down and listen.
Uh-huh. Okay. So long as you know, so long as you hear yourself.
Remember that thing I said about tolerance?
That's... What?
That's how I know you haven't been listening. Etta,
Not,
like I was saying,
that is not, you did not use the word tolerance.
Ziggy. The adults are talking. Also, Etta,
I'm gonna throw you off this roof.
God.
Ziggy,
I'm gonna throw you off this
God.
roof. He's been a dickhead to me all morning.
Etta, did I not talk about tolerance with you?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry. Where was the tolerance talk with me? The fuck?
Excuse me?
Yeah. I haven't heard you use that word this whole morning.
What do
In
you
a
mean?
roundabout sense, you know, you've sort of alluded to that, but
I don't know. A lot of my paranoia and I don't even know. I don't want to go back to having to hide.
Bluff's on wood today.
It's like, I don't know. I keep waffling between either stay and fight, continue to be a thorn in his side if he does get elected, or give up and let somebody else have the position who will roll over for him. Because I can't trust that somebody would be able to stand up to him the way that I can.
Um,
Oh, Richard's awake.
yeah. I think there's an easy answer to your situation. I don't think you should be worried about what the next person's gonna do. Because respectfully, that would be the next person's problem. Right? I think what you're doing is a great thing. And I think everything that you're doing is one of the most valuable jobs in the city. And I'm going to say the word unfortunately, because unfortunately it is a thankless job. And working a thankless job is as shitty as it sounds. You're not giving up if you walk away. The only thing keeping a thorn in anyone's side is you against Max. And if you walk away and he gets the last laugh, let him have it. Because at that point, whoever comes in after and rolls over on their belly, without a shred of doubt, is going to bombshell his entire campaign. There is no doubt that the actions he is looking to take are going to work in his favor if the person in control of the city's budget is a yes man.
He is right about that. If Max just does whatever he wants with the money, and if this is any indication of how it's going to go, I mean, he's gonna, put the city in a shithole. He's gonna get fucking, I don't know. Is there a way to, vote him out? I mean, I guess the city council has to do that.
I think
right?
a vote of no,
Right,
of
exactly,
no
and
contest.
that's
Yeah.
here's the problem though. Like, I literally spoke to Alan last night, Alan Crane, because the state account has lost $30 million in the last 2 weeks. Okay? Let that sink in for a second. From 82 down into the low 50s now. Okay? Now, and I didn't even check it today because I just didn't have the energy. And I went to Alan, and after Sean and I went over the numbers, Group 6 paid out $19 million in the last 2 weeks.
That's fucking disgusting.
Now, that was what I brought up to Max, where he dismissed me and said, I don't give a shit about your opinion, fuck off, basically. So whatever, I went to Alan and I said, we need to do something. And he said, well, we're in a quote unquote spending phase. Coincidentally, this spending phase is at the same exact time as the election.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody is rolling in money while, with low taxes, while the, election is happening. And he made sure to get all of this done before the election process started.
Mm-hmm.
So now the money is just hemorrhaging from the account. And then as soon as he is reelected, taxes are going to go up, pay is going to plummet. And then we're stuck with this piece of motherfucking shit for 3 more goddamn months. And I told Crane that I wanted to legislate something that would give the treasurer the power over the pay and taxes during the election period. But then he said, well, counterpoint to that, what if the treasurer comes in, makes decisions that then affect the mayor's chances in the election? And I was like, why would it? If everybody knows that the treasurer, who was given federal, jurisdiction over the state account during a time, you know, where influence can be made, whether it be, you know, voluntary or not. If I make a change, why would that affect him? You know, unless I blatantly come out and say, well, this motherfucker was, you know, hemorrhaging the fucking state account with all of his whatevers. So I'm fixing it now. That, I mean, that would make him look bad during the election process. Yes. But, and I mean, he said he would take it into consideration and he would see, he goes, but the problem is that there are a lot of flaws in the system. And Max is essentially finding every way to abuse it in his favor. And I know he's doing it, but I cannot prove any of it.
That's unfortunately the beauty of politics. It's all... How do I say this? Politics are all bullshit. They've always been. Politics are a game to keep control and to do whatever you can to essentially maintain the power that you have. And then to spread it amongst all the other people who are assisting in that leader's position. In your case, and to what I said before, I want you to make the choice that you're happiest with, and I want you to do what you would want to do in this situation. But please do not for a second think that if you walk away, it's because you gave up. Because that's not the case at all. You didn't give up.
But that's what it feels like. And the thing that kills me the most is that I was so excited for this. Like, I wanted to make so much change. And that's what Michael was like, why don't you push some legislation? I'm like, with all due respect, me coming up with some harebrained legislation that affects a small percentage of the population that literally just annoys people and is never, what's the word?
Never
Enforced. That's the word. Enforced. What's the point? Like, the city is still in its infancy. Yes, it's been a few months now, but still, for a city, we are still in our infancy. There's still huge communications systems and infrastructure that haven't been installed. We don't have access to things like we used to, and like, let the city find its feet before we start going and legislating everything under the sun. And currently, the only legislation that has been pushed are things that either benefit the mayor and his wife or piss off the deputy mayor's friends. None of it really helps the city. If anything, it has hurt it and hindered it because the PD and EMS are struggling and have been constantly.